In this video, we're going to be using Stealthbits StealthDEFEND in order to respond to a ransomware threat, blocking the activity with Duo and Forescout. This integration relies on Stealthbits ransomware threat detection capabilities, as well as the Stealthbits threat response playbook capability that enables us to run a series of action steps in response to the threat. Once the ransomware activity has been detected on the file server, StealthDEFEND will generate a threat and initiate a threat response playbook. The first step in our playbook utilizes Duo, and what we're going to do here is actually send the perpetrator an authentication push request on their mobile device. This provides a MFA prompt on their device, and basically they will have two choices. They can either approve or confirm that the activity is non-threatening. They can also deny and report the activity as fraudulent. This allows the user to see a summary of the threatening activity itself and give them a choice and provide some input into the threat response. If the user approves the request, meaning the activity was legitimate, no further actions will be taken. If the user denies the request and reports it as fraudulent, this means we will then utilize Forescout to enact network level endpoint blocking. This actually prevents that client, that perpetrator, from accessing the file server, which will stop the ransomware activity in its tracks. Now let's take a look at the solution in action. So the first thing we're going to do is actually open StealthDEFEND, and we're simply going to double check our threat configuration settings. We'll be able to open the ransomware threat and ensure that our playbook is assigned for threat response. And we can see as a playbook threat response, I have my Duo authentication request. If I go to the threat response section and open this playbook, I can see I'm using the Duo authentication step. And I've also configured the on fail of this authentication request to be the Forescout blocking action. This means if the user does not respond, if the user was not found in Duo, or if the user reported the activity as fraudulent, we will then execute the Forescout blocking step. Now we're going to jump on over to the attacker workstation. So here I simply have a client workstation, and I'm going to just fire up a very simple ransomware simulator. This simulator will take actions that emulate ransomware-like behavior, simply locking a number of files. And what I should see here on my mobile device is that as soon as this activity is detected by StealthDEFEND, I'll receive the first step in my threat response, being Duo Mobile. So here I can see that I have a summary of the threat. And in this case, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to mark this as a deny. So I'm reporting this activity as fraudulent. And this will immediately go back to StealthDEFEND. We process that prompt. And I can see here that Forescout has actually gone ahead and executed a number of actions. So I'm getting a notification on my workstation, and in the background, I have been blocked. My client has been blocked from communicating with the file server, thus stopping the threat. Now, if I go into the threat details page, I can see information about the threat, as well as I can see the steps that ran in sequence. Here I can see that the Duo authentication request failed, meaning it was marked as fraudulent, and the Forescout blocking was executed as well. We hope this video gave you an idea of how we can integrate with other products, in this case Duo and Forescout, to enable you to respond to ransomware threats using StealthDEFEND.